morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome to You Left Me. This is a game that I've been seeing on itch.io whenever I go to like search for stuff lately, and I keep finding all these silly types of one-off games to play. But this one has always kind of struck out to me because the picture of it always looked really cool, because it was this like half cat mask cracked lady face, which is just awesome looking. I really like this art style. And the menu here is like a pseudo 3D with some really nice music going on in the background, so I like this a lot so far. But the thing that caught my eye about this is that it says this is a game that deals with loss and loneliness. And some other stuff as well, but it also said that it deals with some heavy depictions of suicide. So if you are sensitive to that type of stuff, this is my warning for that right now. This is the disclaimer for that. But I'm always interested in playing these types of games because of that kind of subject matter, because it always opens up a discussion. It always lets us talk about these things. It always brings the community closer together. And that's the point of this whole YouTube thing for me anyway, is to bring the community closer together and make people feel like they belong and they're accepted and they feel welcome. And these types of games and these types of scenarios and these types of stories always let people open up and share more about themselves. And then the community always rallies behind each other and everyone always supports each other. Now, I don't know if that's actually what's going to happen with this game, but I'm always curious as well to see if they deal with the subject matter in a mature fashion. Because a lot of times it's easy to do these types of games but not show it accurately or anything like that, so I'm always curious anyway. But anyway, You Left Me. 23rd, 2018, 7:33 AM, wake up. Oh, 9:33 AM, work. 10:33 PM, sleep. The next day, 7:33 AM, wake up. That's an oddly specific time to wake up. I wake up in the same bed, but a different world. Where am I? Why am I here? Ooh, I really like the music. It reminds me of the music if you've ever listened to the live stream of chill anime beats on YouTube. Whoa. On the moon clicks a 12-hour timer. What happens when night falls and time runs up? How do I get out of here before then? Whoa. Talk to the moon, get out of bed, do nothing. Let's talk to the moon. The moon rumbles. How do you round up 37 sheep? Round to 40. The moon's got jokes. My phone. Unseen texts, missed calls. I rarely look at my phone anymore. I try to forget about the memories it contains. Huh. Oh, look how cute that cat is. It's got one eye and two tails. You're adorable. You gave me this cat. I love him like you had. Around him, I feel comfortable. No need to pretend. Something doesn't seem right. But I can't remember how he looks up close. I haven't spent time with him, not since... Let's talk to the cat. Hello, Moo? What did I name my cat? I've had him for a while now, yet I can't remember. Senior Waffles? I choose to pronounce that as Senor Waffles. Senor Waffles, Untitled, and Doggo. I'm going with Senor Waffles, that's a great name. Oh yeah, Senor Waffles. I'm pretty proud of that one. Thought of it myself. Hey, Senor Waffles. You pee everywhere, but I love you anyways. Moo Moo Bork. My dude, you're awake. Good snug last night. How do I get out of here? Pat, Scritch Scratch, I leave you to sleep now. Oh, I really want to do these ones. Pat the cat. Bork, Bork, Blork, Borf. Which translates to, ah! It translates to my April Fool's video. Same, cat, same. Scritch Scratch. Buff! Burf! Just... It sounds like a tweet. I will marry you platonically. I love you. Thank you, Luch. Oh, what a sweet cat. I'll leave you to sleep now. Yep, Ruff. Yes, Mom, I stan. You make me happy. I heart you too. Moo 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 hee haw. You're leaving? Already? Okay, I love you. Please come back soon for purrs and snugs. This is how everyone wishes their cat sounded when they talk to them. Love you too. Is that a fridge? Read notes. How does the pancake wobble? White magnets read. Okay. They read how the... I'm trying, but I can't read them. I see words, but I don't understand what they mean. Try again. I don't know what's going on. I feel like my mind is working against me. It can't focus. It can't stop thinking about horrible things. I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm not scared of failure. Try again. After a few attempts, I get it. How does the pancake wobble? The magnets ask. The first sticky note reads, Daily reminder, I love you. From you-know-who, not the Harry Potter kind. The second note reads, Remember Swain's Lane. Why? The third note reads, Give this girl some milk. I like that one. That's enough fridging for today. Oh yeah, let's get out of bed. Where do I go? I need to escape this world before time runs out. Look outside, work, clinic, anywhere. Let's look outside. I hadn't noticed before now. Every day, the bus passes the same flower field. You would have liked this. I wish I could show this to you. Wait, can I click on the flowers? Dang it. So we can go to work, clinic, anywhere, or Swain's Lane, Highgates. It did say to remember Swain's Lane, so let's go there. I remember now. You died a while ago, and I've been denying it since. But you wouldn't want that, would you? Me, stuck in my head, living a fantasy? When there's so much more of reality to explore. The cat you left me, the flower fields that pass the metro. Aww. I loved you, you know? You left me behind. I don't blame you for leaving. Every day I wake up and think about joining you. Dude, that got heavy really fast. No, we're gonna survive. But I'll keep living with the memories you gifted me. Without you. "10:33 a.m. Live." Huh. Dedicated to everyone who's lost anyone. Thank you for playing. Wow. Apparently that's only one ending though. Apparently there's 5 endings to the game. I don't know if I'm gonna get all of them, but I at least want to see what else happens in this. Man, that got very real very quickly. The flowers are already here this time. Oh no. Is this because I didn't read the fridge this time? So Swain's Lane is all crossed off now, I can't even pick it. See what happens if I go to work. Roof, talk, report, go home. I'm very worried what will happen if you go to roof. Do I have to socialize like a full functioning human? Yesterday you said tomorrow. Yes, and good point, half functioning humans are cool too. Work, man. Autonomous. Report? Oh, wow. You look like a character from Off. Oh, you're awesome looking. The art style in this game is really cool. Is this your boss? And a decent job as always. Of course, there's always room for improvement. Hey, what do you say about working late tonight? You can improve and I can give closer feedback. Ugh. This is a great opportunity for you. Trust me on this. No thanks. You sure? You, me, alone? Is coercing legal? I kinda wanna answer this one. This guy's being a creep. I don't know how I got him off my back, but I did. Just another long, long day. Oh. My God. The symbolism in this game is super strong. Are they all waiting to get to the edge of the roof? Eavesdrop. The humans are commiserating over shared hatred of certain weather conditions. Oh my God. No. Escape at last. Work clinic. Swains Lane, Highgates. Is the same thing gonna happen again if I go to Swains Lane? Oh. Because now I'm kind of just in the video gamey aspect of it where I'm trying to see what the other endings are. Even though I don't want these. (9:41 p.m. Die. That's rough. Wow. Okay, let's see what else can happen. Let's go let's go to clinic. Here's everyone at the clinic, wearing their masks, pretending to be happy. People are saying things. Why is my eye stinging? Wait in line, give up and go home. Never mind, let's wait in line. Ugh. I wait for a very long time. Oh, I thought it was just gonna force me to make another decision. Just as I was beginning to lose hope, they called my name. Sorry about the wait. Our latest experiment in happiness didn't go quite as well as planned, so I had to do some crisis intervention. Enough about me. What can I do for you today? How do I get out of this world? My mask is cracking. I think I've lost my mind. Have a good day. Ooh, lots of social commentary going on. I kind of like this. I mean, the way they're symbolizing it, I mean. How do I get out of this world? Excuse me? Can you repeat that? How do I get out of this world? Sorry, I'm not trying to help you with that. Signs of psychosis, possible insanity. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just taking notes. Did you need anything else? My mask is cracking. It looks fine to me. Can I try something else instead? Let me see. Would you like to try our newly patented happy pills? One a day will keep the sadness at bay. I'm fine, never mind, or sounds great, thank you. See... Okay, I'll talk about stuff at the end. Let's just see what happens. Of course. Let us know about your experience. We will see you around. See what happens if we go anywhere. I'll go anywhere. I don't care where, as long as it's far from home. Hours pass. I don't know where I am. I don't know why I'm here. We used to have fun taking the metro together and leaving at random stops. Without you, there is no fun. Without you, repeating old memories just makes me feel lost. And we're back here again. By the end of the adventure, I felt like I left a little of my soul to every place I visited. The park, a hill, inside rooms, outside buildings, noisy streets, soft-spoken alleys. Night finally falls. When I get back on the bus to head home, no one is there. The loneliness is suffocating. Now let's see what happens if we go to Swain's Lane. I think this is the same stuff. Except now there's only one option here that we haven't done. $11:44 p.m. Join. Okay, so I'm not gonna try for another ending because the first ending I got is obviously the one that I agree with and the one that I wanted and the one that I feel best about, because that's the one where you live and you go on and you keep trying and you keep fighting. There's a lot of very powerful symbolism in the game, like the cracked mask. Like everyone's just wearing masks, a facade of happiness, and they're just smiling away through the day. But sometimes your mask cracks, and you're afraid that people will see who's underneath. You're afraid that people will find out that you're actually sad, and that you're not as happy as you're pretending to the world to be, so to speak. And that is very true for a lot of people. A lot of people are out there putting on facades, and they're putting on masks, and they're putting on what they think the world wants them to see. And sadly, in the world we live in now in 2018, social media is more rampant than it's ever been. And while I love social media, I love interacting with people, I love keeping up to date with stuff, I love being able to inform you guys of what I'm doing, I love to be able to just tweet out jokes, to reblog pictures, to post stuff that I'm doing, different things like that. I love social media, but that's using social media in a positive way. And I feel like social media is a very, very powerful tool in one way or the other. It can very heavily sway from one side to the other very quickly. And I always try and use social media for good, for using any sort of influence to spread some more positivity, tell a joke, remind people of what you're doing, just keep people updated on things, different things like that. I love doing that. But on the other hand, people are growing up with social media now, and especially the types of stuff like Facebook, even though I haven't used Facebook in years, but many people still do. Facebook is the mask. Facebook and social media are this mask, because you're showing the world a version of yourself that you want to be the best version of yourself. You're showing people what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, but you're not showing them the down moments. Most people don't share those moments because they feel like they're a burden to other people. They feel like what they're talking about, if they talk too much about sadness, is just going to bum other people out, and it's going to make their followers or their likes go away. And it's a very scary time in internet culture, and I'm always fascinated by it because I didn't grow up with social media. When I was growing up, like in my teen years was when like smartphones started to become a thing, and iPods and everything started to become a thing, and I didn't get the internet until I was 16. And even then, I barely even used Facebook until I was about 18. So by then, I was already an adult, but people these days are growing up with that sort of thing. And I'm very curious to see what will happen in a decade or so, or 20, 50 years, and people do studies on this stuff, and they survey the generation that are growing up with this, and seeing how it affects them, and seeing how it affects their mental health, because that shit cannot be good for you, one way or another. So I'd always say to use it in moderation. And also, there's some stuff that I disagree with in the game, because she was clearly very, very upset because she lost her friend. She may have been depressed. She was dealing very heavily with suicidal thoughts. A lot of people day to day go through that. Even without having lost someone, they go through that anyway. Waking up feeling like they're in a completely different planet than everybody else. And this game symbolized that by being in a place with the cat and the moon and everything just feels all discombobulated. You can't focus on the words that are even on the fridge. You're just drifting. And you're trying to find a way out of that. And for some people, like this lady here, suicide was a solution to that. And I would not agree with that. And I'll get into that in a second. But one of the things that struck me was that they went to the doctor and they had on their smiley happy mask, and then the doctor offered them happy pills, and they could either refuse them or take them. And that's something that I don't agree with, because this game painted that as something that's very utopian, very almost like, what's the name of the game? Oh, I can't think of it now, where you take the happy pills to be happy and everyone's wearing the masks. Oh, I can't think of it right now. You know the one. People are dressed up like British cops kind of thing, and it's a survival game. But like that, We Happy Few, that's what it's called. Like that game paints being happy as like a state of taking pills, but this game is about depression and suicide, and they went to the doctor and the doctor offered them pills. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because for a lot of people, their depression is quite literally chemical imbalances in their brain. And there's a lot of, we're trying to break down that stigma of your mental health being an enemy. And this kind of painted it as getting help for that was a bad thing. Or that it was painted in a way that, like, the doctor had a mouthful of secrets. And things like that. And it made it seem like the pills were a bad idea. But a lot of people have shown that taking medication for their depression has helped them immensely. Not everyone does go through that. Not everyone is helped by medication for their depression. For some people, it almost makes them worse. And it's about finding the right medication. But in some cases, medication does help. So I don't like that it kind of painted it in a negative light. And I would always advise anybody out there to go seek help if they're going through anything like that. I've never gone through the darkest depths of that, but I've definitely gone through some of it, so I can understand how your mind can spiral and get into certain states where you think that that's an acceptable answer, because then the pain stops, the confusion stops, the lack of knowing anything stops, but that's the thing, everything stops. And that is, I'm trying to choose my words carefully, because I'm not an authority on this. I'm not a trained psychological professional, and I would always recommend you go talk to somebody like that. All I can do is try and give some sort of advice to lead you on the right path, and to try and I'd always say that my videos and my commentary and my advice are a way of pulling you out of moments like that. But they're not the be-all and end-all solution of those types of thoughts. Going and getting help from an actual qualified professional is always the right step forward, I think. And asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of breaking down or giving in to these feelings. If anything, it's the step forward to overcoming these feelings. And all it takes is, when you are in the darkest depths of despair, all it takes is that one moment of clarity. All it takes is that one tiny moment to pull you out of that, to make you feel like life is still worth living. And I would always argue that life is 100% worth living. Even at its darkest moments, life is worth living. Because life in its darkest moments always has the potential to turn into its brightest moments in a year from now, in a week from now, in 10 years from now. You have no idea what's on the horizon, but it would be so sad to see somebody give up that potential happiness because they're in that moment of complete dark disparity. So if you are out there and you are going through stuff like that, and if a lot of the themes in this game have connected with you and resonated with you, please go out there and talk to somebody. Talk to anybody. Talk to a family member. If they won't listen, talk to a teacher, a friend, a psychologist, a doctor. There are many, many helplines on the internet that they're not even there sometimes to offer you a solution. They're just there to listen and hear you talk about your problems. And sometimes that's all it takes, is for someone to feel like they're listening. And again, that's why I said that I wanted to do YouTube in the first place, and why I focus so much on community and so much on doing good, because YouTube for me was an outlet at some of my darkest times when I didn't know where I was going in life. And I started YouTube because YouTube at that time gave me a family that I didn't know I needed or could even have. And then I decided to do it myself because I wanted to give that family to somebody else and to try and bring in people. And that's why I'm always promoting positivity and PMA and everything, because I feel like we can spread some joy and help people in these types of scenarios and make them feel like they're in a place where they belong. And PMA, positive mental attitude, is not about slapping on a happy mask. It's not about putting on a mask and pretending you're happy all day, every day, but going around and telling people to just smile and just have a positive mental attitude. It's about trying your best. Trying your best to work towards a more positive, more healthy, more contented you. And sometimes you might fail at that. Sometimes a day might go by, a week might go by where you can't keep up your positive attitude. And that's fine. As long as you keep up the fight and you keep hanging in there and you just keep living, because eventually good things will come your way, especially if you make good strides towards it. And that's what PMA is about. And it's about trying to help others when they're feeling down. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm just saying PMA and positive mental attitude to slap some fake positivity on your faces, because let's face it, we're not all positive all the time. Even I have my dark times that I have to go through and my own doubts and worries. And everybody does. And a lot more celebrities are starting to come out and talk about their experiences with it, and I'm really happy about that, because we're starting to break down those stigmas against mental health, and that's a really great step forward. Anyway, I've talked a lot about just the ending of this, but that's what I said. It opens up a discussion about it, and it gives a good outlet for it, and people can share and talk and discuss in the comments, so there you go. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to do a regular outro because that feels kind of... doesn't feel like it goes with the mood of the game, so just hang in there. You're doing great. We're all very proud of you, and we're all here for you as well. There is always somebody out there who is going through some similar stuff, so reach out and talk to somebody.